this is Gabby Caro, and welcome to another episode of the Hardcore Soft Skills Podcast, Skill Coaching Series. This is a break from the traditional interview format where I address a different essential skill with an expert. And instead, in this mini episode, I deep dive into a skill and provide specific actionable advice you can apply. Today, we discuss negotiation. Do you consider yourself a masterful negotiator? Do you usually get what you ask for? Or the total opposite? Everyone seems to be taking advantage of you and you don't seem to get raises, or you're just simply kind of shy to ask. You are being too nice, you think. As a woman, we tend to generally be on the losing side, or we think we are on the losing side. In fact, did you know that women are great negotiators? The catch is that we are wonderful negotiators on behalf of others. Another misconception is that because you are tough, you think you are being a great negotiator, and in fact, you may not be getting what you deserve. So today I will talk about how you can become a better negotiator. There is a formula, and I learned this through books and a fantastic class I took at Harvard with human rights attorney Diana Butu, who I interviewed on the podcast. And you can listen to the podcast via the link on the show notes. This is a key skill because right now you are losing money and opportunities either because you are ill prepared or you think that being tough is what it takes. And in reality, you are leaving money on the table. Let me share with you 5 steps to improve your negotiation tactics. First, define what you want. We think attitude is all it takes. Well, I invite you to really think, what do you want? Is it more money? Is it a position at work? Think about the end result you want from this negotiation. Also think about the why and prepare accordingly with all the facts and have them handy. If using facts to support, be specific, not just say, I am doing more now, so I need more money. You can instead say, well, other companies pay X and Y for this. And by the way, they have 2 people doing this job. Or if asking for more time, be specific about the current scope of work and hours projection. Consider all possible factors and be specific. You can think of more than one option based on what your interests are. You can have multiple outcomes you agree with. So this is why it's important to think of the why and not just the what. Being prepared also helps you consider potential obstacles you'll face when negotiating. Second, think about what the other party wants. This step is rarely taken, but it is critical to a negotiation. You need to put yourself in the shoes of the other party for a few reasons. A negotiation is not getting what you want. Also, is not a compromise. Think of it as a way where everyone can actually get a piece of the pie. Also, if you walk in knowing or at least having an idea of what the other party wants, you can support your own claims accordingly. For example, I want more vacation time, but perhaps consider that what your team lead wants is simply that you are getting the job done on time. Then you can propose to keep them aware of the project and have all info captured, which can be accessed by anyone. So ask yourself, what are their interests? So you prepare accordingly and get you in the right mindset to walk into a negotiation. Third, define your BATNA, BATNA. BATNA stands for Best Alternative to a Negotiated Agreement. This term was originally used by Roger Fisher and William Ury in the book Getting to Yes, a wonderful quick guide on negotiation. BATNA refers to the good alternative of what happens when an agreement between the parties is not reached. Picture a good scenario, not the worst case. By defining your BATNA, you establish the boundaries of what you are willing to accept. So if things do not work out, at least you know there is an alternative. So if you are walking in thinking you want this specific number for a salary, like 110K, think, what if they don't want to give me that? Then think, what about 100K or 105K? If I get lower than that, will I be able to get a lifestyle I want? So what is my alternative if not? Well, I have this other job lined up, so maybe that one will work and a few others. So if they don't want to offer me more than 110K and anything below that is simply not livable for me, I have possibilities elsewhere. This is the BATNA scenario. So remember your why, their why, and back up your facts and think of BATNA. The fourth step is practicing your pitch. I can talk here about techniques and tricks all day, and you can read my many books, but just like any skill I discuss in this podcast, negotiation requires practice to perfect it. By making an outline of your interests and theirs, you'll be ahead of the curve when they present any opposing ideas. The more you practice, the more comfortable you will get. Practice with your coworkers, at home, with your kids. You'll get better with time. The fifth step is, well, negotiating. Start your discussion by talking about both of your interests and the facts you collected. Take the lead and set the terms of your negotiation. Don't be afraid to make the first move if you feel confident. We think the other party needs to make the move, but if you make the first move, you can also set the terms for the negotiation. So remember, prepare, think of Patna and practice. And if you want to practice and coaching or negotiation, I'd be happy to help you. So just go to my website, hardcoresoftskillspodcast.com. Hit the subscribe button on your podcast app to be the first to find out as soon as we release an episode. And while you are there, please leave a review via Apple, Spotify, or your favorite podcast application, because this is the way to help the podcast reach more people. Thank you again for listening and for your support.